That's where the power comes from. That's where the line is. In other words, it's coming from the center of this thoracic spine, and then you have to have like a chain reaction. You have to have the links have to be lined up. So it goes through the scapula, which is open and elongated. If my scapula is back towards the spine like you were when you were close to the wall, then you've got a kink in the kinetic chain. So it goes from here, the scapula, the wing bone is moved out. So your back should be broad. And then it's the alignment of the shoulder, the arm is in that same shape to the scapula. So if I'm like this, do you see, let's move his one hair. Do you see if my arm is too far at an angle away from the scapula, then I've broken that, what we call the kinetic chain. We want it in alignment. That's what Cheryl had, a very nice alignment, a line moving straight through the scapula, through what's called the humerus, and then out the radius and ulna, and out to the fingertips. So you see that nice rounded shape? So even inert here, Tai Chi Tom can get that nice curve. As soon as we do this, you see now we've got a break in the curve here. So it's a nice alignment, and you should, as Beatrice said, you should feel it across the back. So if I were to draw a circle from here out here, like remember when I had the hula hoop? Okay, that's one of those circles. Another one of those circles is here. And my knees are, and my inside thighs are part of that circle. So there's one here, there's one here. There's another one that runs vertically. So it's coming out the top of my head, in front, underneath, and back around. So we just want to feel this nice rounded shape without trying to force it, because if you force it, your shoulders come up, your elbows come up. I want you to go up to a flat wall as close as you can. Get in your Tai Chi stance and be here, if you can do that, so that you feel this position. And that you will feel is bringing your scapula kind of back toward your spine. And this is way too open. So if you try to do anything out here, like a snow angel or whatever, that's not Tai Chi. And your breathing goes up and you're vulnerable to being pushed back. Hope my painting doesn't fall. All right, so I want you to just go up to something flat, touch it lightly with your fingers and get as close as possible to it as you can. And I want you to feel your scapula. Those are your wing bones in the back, and feel how that they are migrating towards your spine. It's kind of like you're giving the wall a hug, okay? Though that's what we don't want to feel in Tai Chi. Now what I want you to do is to just take a few steps back, but keep your fingers contacting the wall, and expand your fingers towards the wall and get in your Tai Chi stance. When I come up to the wall and I'm flat, and I back up, the more I back up, the more my arms have to lengthen forward to still contact the wall. Does that make sense? And they're lengthening forward from the shoulder blade all the way through. Some of you are letting, as you come back, somehow you're letting your elbows collapse in. Don't change anything if I said you're doing good, okay? But you see how, I don't know if you can see that from this point. Now I'll turn around, as opposed to this. So yes, my elbows are heavy, but I've stepped back, so I'm expanding back, but in order to remain contact with the fingertips on the wall, I have to lengthen my arms, my fingers. So that's that shape, and we want to maintain that shape no matter whether we're here. So go ahead and bring your arms closer together, or we open up. And this is where I'm seeing a lot of people lose the shape. They're opening up, and in an effort maybe to keep their elbows heavy, they're sort of breaking the continuity. We still have to touch the wall with our fingertips, and then back down. And even here as I'm coming down, it's still a feeling of that shape. It's not a coming down and getting closer to the wall. Does that make sense? It's a coming down and still contacting. And I'm only using the wall as a physical landmark for you. But eventually it'll be the other side of the pond, or the other side of your room, or the other side of the world.